Hey, good morning, guys. So, what are we doing today? Well, one thing I'm doing is I'm wearing my long sleeve shirt. It's actually a white shirt that I'm not supposed to use when I'm working in the yard, according to my wife. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because I'm a rebel. I think I gotta do some bush cutting today. It's just, I don't like doing it when it's, rainy or wet out or whatever, but sun's out today, and, why not? Because I really want to do something different with this garden. I think when you make a garden in Thailand, you have to account for torrential rain or flooding. In our case, it's mostly flooding. And this will, when we first tilled this, it was all nice rows. Looked like it was going to be a great little garden to put, all your different vegetables and stuff like that in there. But it just couldn't hold it. It couldn't hold up in the rows. It's too much rain. And actually, in that part over there where that part still got water, and all the way in the back there's water. And it's probably gonna be like that. So we pulled up a bunch of stuff that got knocked out, and most of it's, the trees might survive. The papaya trees didn't, but some of them, looks like more hardy trees or whatever. I don't know what Dot put in there, but they might survive. But what I was going to do was I'm just going to clear all this. I'll bush cut all this down except for the trees and stuff. And then when it's all clear and flat, I want to get those cement rings and just put like 20 of them or whatever in there, with a hole in the bottom, just one single hole in the bottom. That way I could fill it in with dirt. It would still rain on them, but it won't wash away. The water will go out the bottom, but I won't lose, the whole foundation of the root system. And it'd probably be easier to weed because you don't have to bend over so far. But yeah, it might definitely be easier to control the weed. Just put some straw on the top of each one of those or something, as well as between them I could get down there with the bush cutter again and just go and clear that whole area out without having to worry about chopping down a plant. That's the deal with the strimmer. When you're doing that, you very easily just go and chop off one of your plants. You're like, oh. In contrast to hand weeding. But man, at this rate, hand weeding would definitely be a full-time job. I thought maybe I could do it for like 1 day a week or something like that. No, you need more than that. Maybe a tiny little garden box, little box or something. Oh, and hey, so I bought, I'm gonna see if I can show, I'll see if I can show a picture up here. A water fountain. So I saw it on Lazada, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. Thought maybe I could put that kind of fountain, if it's solar fountain, I can put it in the pond, see what's happening. But I knew it was going to be smaller than the pitcher. It's always smaller than the pitcher. But I didn't know it was going to be this small. That is the solar fountain, ladies and gentlemen. And and it comes in pulses, it's like, whoa, whoa. Well, it does have a couple different heads, so it can shower a little bit. Or, I had to laugh when that thing came in the mail, or came, dropped off. The one in the picture at least looks like it's, about the size of a pizza, but too funny. Should have known. It wasn't that much. It was like 10 bucks or something. Maybe even less. I'll have to check it out. Yeah. But it's still kind of, you know, sunny, but it's a wet season, man. It's muggy out here. I went and checked out the bamboo that we got yesterday. It's pretty cool. But you can't really sit in there right now because it's got that, you know, it's got that treatment on it. When I sat on it yesterday, you know, we actually drank a couple beers on it, but then I realized I should have sat on it with my bad shorts, because my good shorts now have all over the back, my legs and stuff. But anyway, still looks pretty cool. But I need it to be really hot over here. If it's really hot, then I can probably, you know, it'll cook this better. Cook that treatment into there. When I was asking them when they were building it, I was asking them how wide is it, you know, so I could put the bricks down. And they pretty much had said it was 170 across, you know, square or whatever. I was like, all right. But it turns out that it's, well, actually that deck right there is 170, but center post to center post, that's 195. So that's where I should have set them out at centered and 195 on the ground, because we did have to, the guys had to get in there and push them around and stuff. So it's, you know, basically, and then, you know, of course, the sides, or the side rest is canted, so top rest is 220, which is pretty good. We thought about, or what we're thinking, you know, you get the bamboo matting you can make walls with and stuff like that, so it looks like it's going to be easy enough to wall that up, you know, to put walls in place to enclose this. But I think I'm going to leave that as a, like, I don't know, as a portable thing. I can probably design it so that, you know, I have the three walls, or maybe even 4 for the front or something. 3 walls, and then if I want to camp out in there with the walls closed, because, you know, it might be raining or something, then I can just bring the walls in and I hang them on the top rung or whatever, and snatch them together on the corners, you know, then basically you're enclosed. So that might be something kind of cool. Yeah. See the house back there. Yeah, so I'm gonna definitely have to work on that. I fixed this yesterday. This was, you know, this grabbed your fruit grabber, but it was busted up here, so I had to put some support in there. Wrap it up. Things to do. And of course in here, we're still behind on wall making. You can see all the dang fruit, man, from the trees. It just falls off kinda, I guess when it's ripe maybe. I ain't got enough time to be catching all that fruit. And it's like music on this tin. Bam, 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 bam. You know. So this is my bush cutter. I realize I feel a lot better when I wear my earmuffs, ear, you know, protection on that. But, you know. Anyway, so let's get to it. Well, got rained out yesterday, but I was able to, you know, I did bush cut that garden area. I think I butchered it enough. This green pile is the debris. But you know, and I also bush cut all the way around the whole pond, so I have a pathway in there. But whoa, today I'm gonna try to get out there, get them cement pods for the garden. I'll probably have to order them. They'll deliver them. I don't know if they'd have, you know, 10 or 20 right there. Some of the bigger places, you know, along the highway might have them, but you know, we try and keep it local, keep the money local. So, but one of the things I am doing this morning, and I kind of already started, but I wanted to get video on it so I could see how far I could get, kind of a before and after, is on my my kwien, the cart. So what I'm doing on the cart is I'm basically going to take it all apart again. I already took out the floorboards. Taking it apart because what I need to do is, you know, in order to get it right, I need to recreate the pull, which is really a long piece, two or three long pieces of wood that come together all the way out the front, where the yoke would normally be to hang on to the two cows, right? And then this cart part or whatever, the base part, sits on top of that. So I'll have those yoke pieces, then I'll have crossbars, and then these two sleds will sit on top of the crossbars, and it gets all tied together so that the yoke, actually not the yoke, but the pull bars support the whole system. Yeah. So, but it's pretty tedious because, you know, the wood is so fragile. We did have good sun yesterday, so that was cool. But we also had rain. That was bad. But the sun's already popping up, and I can tell it's going to be hot today. It's only like, I don't know, it's not even 8 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock or something. I also tested out, I bought some lights for the bamboo pallets there, but and they look pretty cool. Kind of did a little bit of a sit last night in there, but I have some other smaller lights I want to put on there, and so maybe you know, maybe tonight I can, you know, early on I can put some video on that and see how it looks. Pretty cool, man. All right, well, let me get to that cart and we'll see what it looks like when I'm finished. Back at you. Okay, so I think I'm done with let's say 95%, 98% of the cart. Oh yeah, except for the wheel, so make that 85%. But I set it up. I put the you know, the pulled wood across it and kind of the yoke part, and I'm pretty happy about it. So let's take a look. Boom. So that's what it looks like compared to what it did look like. It's kind of half that. Basically, this is all scrap wood too, by the way. So I basically took the, you know, 3 pieces of wood all the way back, tied them together up here a little bit. I just put 2 simple screws in there. I was going to drill bigger holes and use wood pins, you know, keep it all wood and stuff, but maybe later. And this, I believe, even though it's really old, I believe this was part of the first, or the original, what was an original yoke maybe. So you get a cow here and a cow there, get it going. There's a little lever here to maybe keep it going. So yeah, right now I have this all taped up because this was broke off, so I actually put a bunch of wood glue in there. Maybe tomorrow I'll take it out of there. I did drill 2 tiny holes. This thing chipped off. Drilled 2 holes and tacked it in with 2 nails. That'll work. This is all just scraps. This one here, I think, is the only one that's really not, or yeah, this one is the only one that's not original or not, you know, didn't come with all the stuff. One thing I also see is on the swing back here, you got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's got a little divot here too. I don't know what that is. Pretty cool. But this one only has 3, and here's a slot. So I'm definitely gonna have to figure out how to find that extra. Not find, but probably make that extra one. And then it's just the wheel. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a piece of cardboard or whatever. I'll go ahead and trace that out, make a pattern. And I'm just gonna need what, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. That looks like a half of one. So maybe 5. Or wait a minute, I saw something around here. Where did I see that? Is that part of the wheel? No, that ain't part of it. Maybe though. No. Anyway, so yeah, it should be fairly easy to do these. You know, like I say, 1, 2, 3, probably 4 pieces, maybe 5. And then looks like each piece has 2 punch holes in it. And these are solid in there; they ain't getting out. So it'll have to be a little tricky to make that, you know, into or to template that, but I think I can do it. I busted out my carving tools, found those, so I should be able to do a little bit better. Yeah, then it's just a matter of trying to find a piece of iron to go over the top. I think I can buy a flat bar and just, you know, I'll just buy a flat bar and I'll bend it, and then I can just maybe grind the edges so it's round. I mean, if you look at it, that's really all it is it's kind of like flat bar. I don't know, let's take a look. And it's just been cut and it's been rounded at the edges, but otherwise, yeah, flat bar, man. So yeah, and it's pretty stable too. I mean, what I did do here on the mount basically was I took 1 piece of rebar, maybe you can see that, and I hammered that rebar down in there pretty deep, probably about a couple feet in the ground to hold that, and it goes up underneath into this one has a bottom slot, so it goes right up into that bottom slot. So it's pretty stable. Yeah, it ain't going nowhere. So that's pretty cool. Although you can't jump into bed yet. I mean, you could, in terms of it would stay there, but the wood in the bed is, some of it's, so old that it's paper thin almost. So I'd have to put in some new planks or something. I might do that if I find some really, some older wood that has a good, old look to it. If it was metal, we'd call that patina, right? But, want to keep it like that. But yeah, looks pretty cool. Anyway, that's a wrap. We'll catch you on that next video. Keep watching.